But why would you do that unless you want to incite violence, unless you want people to feel like they just have free reign over the city? Of course, you don't want to have a lot of militarized police coming out and attacking people. So I see where the mayor might be kind of skirting around some controversy there. But no, this is actually breaking at InfoWars. The Baltimore mayor That was Baltimore Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake making that absurd statement heard around the world, basically that she allowed violent mobs to have a safe space to destroy things. And that's exactly what happened. We saw things kind of kick off on Friday night. And once again, things got really violent and out of control after the funeral for Freddie Gray. We still don't have any answers as to how exactly did his spine get severed once he was in police custody. The cops, of course, still have not come forward with any answers. So the crowd, once again, got a little ratcheted up and things got a little out of control. But what do you think is going to happen when you basically come out on television and say, we're going to step back and give you a safe place to destroy things? But not only that, now police are spiral out of control. Her and her friends there at the Justice Department can use this unrest to justify the expansion of the federal power into local law enforcement. And of course, it would funnel more money into the mayor's programs. So there again, this is what this is all about. They're basically exploiting the very real feelings of the people there on the streets in Baltimore, exploiting it for government expansion. And it's really kind of such a shame because they have no idea that they are being played like pawns on a chessboard to do the king's bidding. And their protests are going to be used to spark nationwide civil unrest. And of course, that's going to broaden federal control. That's the answer. Problem, reaction, solution. Now, Matt Drudge is known to tweet ominous warnings to America, and he did that once again. He said, everyone in America needs to stop and take a deep breath with the Baltimore riots because America could fall. And really, this is just the beginning, unfortunately. An article, this was about Black lives. Now they're fighting against corporate capitalism. So obviously we're seeing some meddling there. Now, T-Dub-O is one of the people that he speaks with. He's a hip hop artist from St. Louis and one of the founders of this group, Hands Up United, which was created in the wake of the murder of Michael Brown in Ferguson. And he says more violence from the police. And this time, you're not going to have a group of people who are just going to stand around and take it. Now you're going to have people that are actually going to fight back instead of just being peaceful protesters. So here, these are words coming from one of the founders of Hands Up United, which is one of these groups, groups of young activists that formed there last summer following everything that happened in Ferguson. And he is warning about coming unrest and basically saying it's going to happen. And here he's organizing all these protests that are going on around the country. Now, if you look at their website, Hands Up United, this is not just one random group that's warning about coming civil unrest. This is a group that's got global ties. And you think, well, these are just a group of hip hop artists there in St. Louis that just all of a sudden now they have this really snazzy website. Snazzy websites are very expensive. Where do they get the money for this website to travel around the country, to send outside protesters to some of these protests going on around the nation? Where are they getting this funding? Well, there you'll see billionaire philanthropist who somehow always has his hands in civil unrest that's happening around the globe. Now, you remember him. He admitted in so much as the responsibility for the coup and mass murder there in the Ukraine. He told CNN that he had established a foundation in Ukraine that ultimately contributed to the overthrow of the country.